الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين ومن اتبع بإحسان إلى يوم الدين أما بعد. To proceed. In our previous lessons we spoke about the second type of al-mu'rabatu, because remember he said rahimahullah al-mu'rabatu qismani, qismun يؤرب بالحركات يؤرب بالحركات وقسم يؤرب بالحروف. So we discussed the area regarding al-harakat, then we moved on to the area regarding al-huruf, and in our previous lesson we mentioned that there are four types. We discussed the first one. The first one is
وتنصب وتخفض بالياء.
فأما التثنية.
Oh yes,
right? The dual. So we discussed that in our previous lesson. The dual which
for the alif for the marfu'un.
Right, the marfu'un or the raf'un state is represented by al-alifu and
the majrurun and the mansubun state.
Right, the nasbun and the khafdun or the jarrun state is represented by al-ya'. So the next section or the next part, the second of the four is
وأما جمع
وأما. Yeah, I thought it was because it begins with فأما. وأما جمع
المذكر
السالم فيرفع بالواو وينصب ويخفض بالياء. حسنا. وأما, and as for جمع المذكر السالم, note that is an idafa. Then we have as-Salimu that qualifies jam'u. So the meaning is
the sound male plural.
Sound as-Salimu al-Mudhakkaru jam'u. Jam'u al-Mudhakkari as-Salimu. As for the sound male plural, فَيُرْفَعُ. What does فَيُرْفَعُ mean?
Then for the marfu'un,
it is made raf'un. It is made raf'un. Hasanan. So the word will become marfu'un بالواو. بالواو. وينصب.
And the marfu'un and mansubun state.
Right, the nasbun state. ويخفض, and the khafdun state بالياء with al-ya'. Hasan, what does that mean in practice? To begin, therefore, we're speaking about the sound male plural. So, ya Muhammad, give us an example of a sound male plural. Any sound male plural.
Muslimuna.
Right. We'll say al-muslimuna. This is first of all Jam'u al-Mudhakkari as-Salimu. How do we know it's Jam'u al-Mudhakkari as-Salimu?
Because we haven't added anything to
Ya Muhammad, when you say we haven't added anything to it,
to the original word.
but the original word is Muslimun.
Yeah, in between the original word.
The original word is Muslimun. If you say we haven't added,
We haven't taken anything away from Muslimun.
now what's the distinction between Jam'u al-Mudhakkari as-Salimu wa Jam'u at-Taksir? What's the difference?
Oh, it's broken.
What a taksir is broken, but in how does it make itself manifest in the word?
You take letters away.
Right. What does taksir mean? It means broken. So you've broken the original word.
Yeah.
You've rearranged it. Maybe you've added to it. Maybe you've removed from it to form your plural.
Plural.
Right.
Yeah.
But a salim, you add to it without changing the original word, or al-mufradu. Now you can say, isn't that what I said? Right?
That's what I meant.
Right, well that's a difference between that, isn't there? Right, but it's simple distinction, isn't it? A taksir, you've broken the original al-mufradu, the singular, and you've either added to it or you've removed from it to form al-jam'u. Whereas as-salimu, you didn't break the original word, al-mufradu, which is why it's called the salimu. Right? Now, well, that's something that we've discussed before. Now, al-muslimun, if we ask you, what is the state of al-muslimuna?
Marfu'.
It's marfu'un or raf'un, isn't it? Yeah. This word is marfu'un. The state is raf'un. And if I ask you, ma huwa alamatu raf'ihi? What is alamatu raf'ihi? You would say al-waw. That's the point, isn't it? Yeah. That's why we mention this example, because alamatu raf'ihi al-waw. So, if we want to say, by way of example, the Muslims attended the masjid, we would say Hadara
al-Muslimuna.
Hadara. Wow, that's there.
The masjid. Al-masjid.
Al-masjid. Hadara al-Muslimuna al-masjida. Now, al-Muslimuna here is the fa'ilun, and the fa'ilun is always marfu'un, and the indicator alamatu raf'ihi is al-waw. Right, so what we're talking about here is the section in which the i'rabun is made manifest by a letter, harfun and not harakatun. Right, so let's quickly do the i'rabun of hadara al-muslimuna al-masjida.
فعل ماضي مبني على الفتح فاعل مرفوع وعلامة رفع الواو.
Right, good. وعلامة رفع الواو. And remember al-waw, it's niyabatan, isn't it? It's deputizing for what?
The
Ad-dammatu, right? So they say it's niyabatun and ad-damma. Al-masjida is?
مفعول به وعلامة
نصبه
الفتح.
Good. وعلامة نصبه الفتحة الظاهرة على آخره. Good. So that's clear, Hassan. There's nothing complicated about فيرفع بالواو وينصب ويخفض بالياء. حسنا. Therefore, we now want to say, I honored the believers. I honored the believers. How do you say I honored the believers?
كرمت.
أكرمت or احترمت. أكرمت
المسلمين.
the believers.
أو المؤمنين.
المؤمنين. المؤمنين. أكرمت المؤمنين. Is that correct?
It's either Naina or Nina. I always get confused.
Right, first of all, what we want is we want Jam'u al-Mudhakkari as-Salim. Right? But we now want it where it's Yunsabu wa yukhfadu bil-Ya'i. Do we have a Ya? Yes. But there's an important rule regarding Jam'u al-Mudhakkar as-Salim. In that, when it's going to be khafdun or jarrun or nasbun, then the letter that precedes it will take a kasra. So it's not al-mu'minain, it's al-mu'minina. Right? I think also you're slightly confused between the dual.
Yeah.
Don't confuse the dual and the plural. So
is the dual mu'minaina?
Mu'minaini. The dual, we'll do the dual in a moment, right? Akramtu al-mu'minina. Hasanan. Akramtu al-mu'minina. Now, al-mu'minina is in what state?
It's in the mansubun state.
Right, it's in the nasbun state. That word is now mansubun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right? And if we were to ask you what's the indicator that it's in the nasbun state?
Al-Yaw.
Right, al-Ya'u. So if we to quickly do the i'rabun, if akramtu al-mu'minina, it would be? Fi'lun.
فعل ماضي مبني على السكون
لاتصاله
التاء
بالتاء الفاعل والتاء والتاء. What is التاء? ضمير متصل مبني على الضم في محل رفع. Don't forget that bit. في محل رفع. Remember that if a word is مبني, it's not mu'rabun. Obviously, it's not mu'rabun, which means if you're going to explain its grammatical state, you can't say that it is, for example, here al-dhahira. You have to say it is fi mahalli raf, and it occupies that position, doesn't it? But because it's mabniyun, it can't be mu'rabun or marfu'un, clearly. So akramtu al-mu'minina. Al-mu'minina therefore is the maf'ulun bihi.
ونصب وعلامة
It's mansubun.
منصوب وعلامة نصب
نصبه. وعلامة نصبه
الياء.
الياء.
Deputizes.
Right, نيابة عن or نيابة عن الفتح. Right? Because that's what it's doing, isn't it? Ordinarily, if it was al-mufradu, it would be al-fatha, al-dhahiratu ala akhirihi. Therefore, the next part is وَيُخْفَضُ بِالْيَاءِ. So if you want to say, I passed by the engineers. مررت
المهندسان.
مررت. Remember that we need an example of where our جمع المذكر السالم is now مجرور. So مررت, what, whenever we use مررت, which حرف جر accompanies it?
B.
B. مررت B. The engineers?
مهندسان.
المهندسين.
Good. المهندسين. مهندسين. مررت بالمهندسين. مررت فعل ماض مبني على السكون لاتصاله بتاء الفاعل والتاء ضمير متصل مبني على الضم في محل رفع. B is حرف جر. المهندسين is therefore اسم مجرور. اسم مجرور, isn't it? وعلامة جره الياء. وعلامة جره الياء نيابة عن الكسرة. So we have all three examples here where it's رفع, نصب and خفض. رفع with الواو, نصب with الياء, and جر with الياء. Now, just to clarify, this is جمع المذكر السالم. In each of these examples, if it was the dual, it would be حضر. If it was the dual,
oh, it would be مسلمين.
No, here if it's the dual in this sentence,
مسلمان.
مسلماني. Remember, right? المسلماني. Here it would be
المؤمنين.
Good. المؤمنين. أكرمت المؤمنين. Right? So remember that without al-harakat, it looks the same. So it confuses people. So remember that when you intend, and of course, so a person will say, well, how do I know? How do I know that the intent is akramtu al-mu'minayni or akramtu al-mu'minina? How do you know?
By the text.
The context. If I'm talking to you about two people, then it's clear that the intent is the dual. If I'm talking to you about a group, it's clear that it's the plural. Right? Is that clear? Otherwise you don't know, do you? It could be either one. Here it's mu'minina, because we're talking about Jam'u al-Mudhakkar as-Salim. Why would I mention an example where it's the dual? Right, and similarly here, marartu bil muhandisayni. It's important to not get confused between the dual and the plural. Is that clear? We've already discussed this before, so it should inshallah be straightforward. Hasanan?
No.
Right. اقرأ يا محمد. Right. So the third category. وأسماء وأما
وأما الأسماء
الأسماء
الخمسة.
Written those the wrong way around. وأما الأسماء
الخمسة.
الخمسة.
فترفع
ترفع
بالواو
بالواو وتنصب
بالألف
بالألف وتخفض
بالياء
بالياء. وأما الأسماء الخمسة. Right, so the third category in which the i'rab is made manifest in letters, not al-harakat. وأما الأسماء الخمسة. As for the 5 nouns, فترفع بالواو ترفع بالواو. They are made raf'un with al-waw. وتنصب. They are made nasbun bil-alifi. وتخفض بالياء. And they are made khafdun or jarrun بالياء. So first of all, what therefore are al-asma'u al-khamsatu, which now we should know like the back of our hand.
أبوك
Abuka,
أخوك
akhuka.
عموك
No.
حموك
Hamuka,
فوك
fuka,
ذو للمال
dhu malin. Of course, when we say those are the 5 nouns, they're not actually the 5 nouns because we've added to it, haven't we? Abuka, it's actually abun. Hamuka, it's actually hamun, and so on and so forth. But why did the author mention it in that way? To illustrate how the letters represent the states. Without them, they don't, do they? Because abun can be abun, aban, and abin, just like any normal ism. It's only when you add to it that it requires a harfun, right? So therefore, to give an example of al-waw, we want to say that your father came to the school. How do we say it? Ja'a Abuka
المدرسة.
Yeah, you could say al-madrasata, or the more common way is to.
Oh,
Ila. You can say it that way. Ila al-madrasati. Hasanan. So, why did Muhammad Jazallahu Khairan mention that example? To illustrate, because Abuka here. Abuka. What type of sentence is this? Jumlatul fi'liyatu. How do we know it's al-jumlatul fi'liyatu? It starts with ja'a, and ja'a, the i'rabun is fi'lun madin mabniyun ala al-fathi. Now abuka. What's the i'rabun of abuka?
It's in marfoon state. It's a fa'ilun.
Abu, remember Abu is a fa'ilun. Ka is mudafun ilayhi. Right, so Abu is a fa'ilun. It's marfu'un wa alamatu raf'ihi al-waw. Ka is mudafun ilayhi. Okay, it's damirun muttasilun mabniyun al-fathi. And then is it, what is it? Is it, do we say it's al-zahira?
No.
What is it?
It's
if it's a mabniyun al-fathi, what do we say next?
It's fixed upon that.
And therefore it's
muqaddara.
No, ya Muhammad. Al-Muqaddaratu is when it would accommodate that particular vowel, but it's stopped. If it's mabniyun, it doesn't at all. It's always ka. But this is an idafa construct, isn't it? And therefore that's mudafun alayhi. And mudafun alayhi is always a majrurun, except when it's mabniyun. So therefore it must be fi mahalli jarrin. Right? It must be fi mahalli jarrin, right? But the point to note is abu here turfa'u bilwawi. And of course we could substitute the other four here, couldn't we? We could say Ja'a akhuka ila al-madrasati or Ja'a hamuka ila al-madrasati. You couldn't say Ja'a fuka ila al-madrasati. It wouldn't make sense, but grammatically it's correct, isn't it? And similarly Ja'a dhu malin ila al-madrasati. That's correct. Ila harfu jarrin al-madrasati ismu majrurun. Right? So that's with regards to the raf'un state bilwawi. What about this one? وَتُنْصَبُ بِالْأَلِفِ. So I want to say, I saw your brother. How would I say it? رَأَيْتُ Remember, it's وَتُنْصَبُ بِالْأَلِفِ. أَخَاكَ. Right, ya Muhammad. رَأَيْتُ.
You just sounded wrong.
أَخَاكَ. رَأَيْتُ أَخَاكَ. Okay? Right, and then you could say رَأَيْتُ أَخَاكَ attending.
حاضرا.
حاضرا. Attending. Right. رأيت أخاك. So رأيت is فعل ماض مبني على السكون لاتصاله بالتاء الفاعل والتاء is ضمير متصل مبني على الضم في محل رفع. Right? فاعل, isn't it? فاعل. I'm the one who's doing it. أخاك, therefore here, what is أخاك?
It's the maf'ulun bihi.
A maf'ulun bihi. Akha is a maf'ulun bihi. Not the ka. The ka is
mudafun ilayhi.
Mudafun ilayhi. And that again, the same principle. It's mabniyun al-fathi. And because it's mabniyun al-fathi, we have to say fi mahalli. Not raf'in. Jarrin. Because it's mudafun ilayhi. But the point to note is akhaka here, the alif is what?
It's the indicator for it being in the mansub.
Right. The alif, that's why we mentioned the example. It is the indicator. So we would say that akha is maf'ulun bihi, mansubun, wa alamatu nasbihi al-alifu niyabatan an al-fathi. Right? And hadiran, that you should know, ya Muhammad. What is hadiran? Al-halu. Good, you remember that. It's al-halu. Right? The state that I saw your brother, his state was hadiran, attending. Right? Because remember, al-hal, not that we're speaking, that's later on, but al-hal can be the state that I was looking when I saw your brother, or it can be the state that your brother was in when I saw him, or it can be both. But that's another lesson. Right, so what remains therefore is وَتُخْفَضُ بِالْيَاءِ وَتُخْفَضُ بِالْيَاءِ. Right, so let's have an example where the ismun will be made khafdun or jarrun with al-ya'u.
Marartu.
Right, ya Muhammad, I like that. Marartu. It's always easy to use a marartu, isn't it? Why? Because it goes with the ba afterwards. مررت بي.
What was the third one?
حموك.
حميكا.
Right. مررت بي حميك. بحميك.
Does that mean your uncles?
Right, well, hamun, it relates to a relation on,
Mom said.
not your in-laws,
In-laws.
right?
From your wife's side.
No, from the husband's side. So the father-in-law, the brother-in-law,
Okay.
it might be your father's cousin. It can refer to all of them. Again, it depends upon the context. If you're speaking about fathers and you refer to Hamuka, or your wife addresses and refers to Hamuka, she's talking about her father-in-law.
Yeah.
Right? Or if it's the brother, then it's the brother-in-law. Right, so marartu bihamika. And the other one, if we wanted to say, I passed by the owner of wealth, we would say marartu bi the, remember, the malin, bidhi malin. Right? It's important to do these examples so you're familiar with them. Right?
No.
So that therefore is al-Asma'u al-Khamsatu, the third one. And the fourth and the final one, in which the i'raban becomes manifest with al-hurufi, is
وأما.
وأما. وأما
الأفعال.
الأفعال
الخمسة.
الخمسة
فترفع. بالنون.
بالنون
وتنصب.
تنصب وتخفض. تخفض. There is no تخزم يا محمد. Yeah, but we're talking about the khafd, aren't we? It must be a mistake.
Okay.
وتخفض
بحذفها.
بحذفها. بحذفها. حسنا. So the fourth and the final category in which the i'rabun becomes manifest in al-haruf is al-af'alu al-khamsatu. Al-af'alu al-khamsatu. So what therefore are al-af'alu al-khamsatu? We have in order.
So it's تفعلان.
Right, but we يفعلان, which means
he is doing.
right.
Or
He,
them two are doing. Sorry.
right, yeah, them two are doing يفعلان. And you could use any, but I mean you could say yaktubani, yakulani, yashrabani, and so on and so forth. But we use يفعلان.
And then it's taf'alani.
Taf'alani.
You two are doing.
You two or them two female are doing.
Oh yes.
Or sorry, the next one.
تفعلون.
Right. يفعلون.
يفعلون first.
يفعلون.
And تفعل.
And تفعلون.
And تفعلين.
And تفعلين. Excellent. Masha. Right. Those five So we've discussed them before. فَتُرْفَعُ بِالنُّونِ تُرْفَعُ بِالنُّونِ وَتُنْصَبُ وَتُخْفَضُ بِحَذْفِهَا. And they are made nasbun and khafdun بِحَذْفِهَا. بِحَذْفِهَا, by its erasing. Erasing what? An-noon. Right? Now, first of all, don't confuse al-Af'al wal-Khamsatu with al-Asmaء wal-Khamsa. Sorry, not with al-Asmaء wal-Khamsa, with the sound male plural. People do that. Right? Yu'minuna and al-mu'minuna. Right? So what they do is they remove the noon from al-mu'minuna. And that's not correct. You only remove the noon when it's the mudafun in an idafa. In fact, we'll mention that at the end, right? So, very quickly therefore, because we've done this before. فَتُرْفَعُ بِالنُّونِ. Yeah, Muhammad, give us an example where al-Af'al wal-Khamsatu is تُرْفَعُ بِالنُّونِ. Any?
تفعلين الأعمال.
Right.
الأعمال, sorry.
تكتبي, we'll use تكتبين. تكتبين الرسالة. Sorry? Yeah, Muhammad.
She is writing youth singers.
Right, you're the one who gave the example. Right. So, it's important, remember, we're not going to mention an example for all five because we've already done this, but because we're using taktubina, the same principle applies to the others. Right? We could say yaktubani ar-risalata. We can say taktubani ar-risalata. We can say yaktubuna ar-risala wa taktubuna ar-risala, but we're using the fifth one. Taktubina ar-risalata. So taktubina ar-risalata. So what therefore, and this is the point, what is the i'raban of taktubina?
It's a fi'lun
mudari'un. It's not mabniyun. That's al-madi. It's marfu'un. Taktubina is marfu'un.
And the indicator for is a noon.
Right. وعلامة رفعه إثبات النون. إثبات النون.
Attaching the noon.
Sorry?
Attaching the noon.
Affirming the noon. Because the opposite to that is حذف النون. Removing the noon, isn't it? Right? So taktubina, you are writing a risalata, speaking to a single female. Taktubina is the fi'lun mudari'un marfu'un wa alamatu raf'ihi ithbatun nuni. The fa'ilun is al-ya'u. Now, the fact that we're saying that we've affirmed the noon makes this marfu'un. The meaning therefore is taktubina, you are writing a risalata. If we wanted to negate that and make it the jazmun state, how would we do it?
You would take the noon off.
You wouldn't just take the noon off, would you?
Add a lam.
Right, you'd add a lam. Then you take the noon off, don't you? Not the opposite way round. So it becomes lam taktubi. Like that. Lam taktubi. Now we say that taktubi is fi'lun mudari'un. Do we say it's marfu'un?
No.
No, we say it's
Majzumun.
majzumun. Okay, it's fi halati jazm, it's majzumun. Wa alamatu jazmihi حذف النون. حسنا. Right. That therefore is clear. فترفع بالنون وتنصب وتخفض بحذفها. Right. وتنصب. So let's take it back to تكتبين. That's in the marfu'un state or raf'un state. That word is marfu'un. Right?
That wouldn't be وَتُخْفَضُ because
no, that should be تُجْزَمُ.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be تُخْفَضُ. There is no khafd state. Ya Muhammad.
I was saying it.
تُجْزَمُ. تُجْزَمُ. We would have realized that when we got to it. تُجْزَمُ, which we've already just done.
Yeah.
Right. وَتُنْصَبُ. So how do we render تَكْتُبِينَ in the nasbun state?
It's
We've done this.
lan.
Lan. I mean, there are other ways to do it.
Easy though.
Right? You could add a li before it, kay, walakin. But lan, we'll use a lan. Right? Lan. What effect does lan have upon the meaning?
It makes a nasbun.
Yeah, but in the meaning.
Or in the meaning, it's for future.
So therefore, what does it mean?
You will not be writing.
Right. Remember that ayah? فَإِن لَمْ تَفْعَلُوا وَلَنْ تَفْعَلُوا. Now, so what do we do therefore?
We take the noon off.
Right. We remove the noon. So it becomes لَن تَكْتُبِي. لَن تَكْتُبِي.
So you add the fatah.
Sorry?
There's no fatah you add?
No.
Okay.
Remember, بحذفها. Right? وتنصب وتجزم بحذفها.
Okay.
Right? So in that ayah, فإن لم تفعلوا. إن لم تفعلوا ولن تفعلوا. Remember, what should that word be ordinarily?
تفعلون.
تفعلون. It should be تفعلون, shouldn't it? But because we've added lam here and lan here, بحذفها, we erase it. Clear? We've done this before several times. Right? بحذفها. We've already done the majzoom representation, the jazm state, so that فترفع بالنون أي إثبات النون, affirming the noon, وتنصب وتجزم بحذفها, as in these examples. And the same applies to all the other three. You drop the noon, so it becomes لم يكتبا, لم تكتبا, لم يكتبوا, لن يكتبوا.
Would you add the alif for the plural?
Yeah, you add the alif for the plural, because it's written and not pronounced.
Okay, it's written.
But for the plural, not for the dual.
Oh, yeah.
The dual already has an alif on the end. But that's part of the word, right? Is that clear? The only other point that I wanted to mention is when, and we're going back to Jam'u al-Mudhakkar as-Salim, when Jam'u al-Mudhakkar as-Salim is the mudafun in an idafah. So we want to say Muslims of the city. Right? How do we say Muslims? Right. But we're not going to say al this time, are we? Muslimuna. Muslimuna. Now the city is
Medina.
al-Madinatu. Hassan. We've got Muslimuna and we've got al-Madinatu. Two different words. Both of them are marfu'un. We want to attach them together to create an idafatun. How do we do that?
So we say...
What's the easy bit first that we know for definite?
We made the Medina T.
Right, we make it al-Madina T. Right, is that now correct? It's still not correct. You can't say Muslimun al-Madinati. You have to say
Muslimu.
Muslimu. That's how it becomes Muslimu al-Madinati. Right? And similarly, if now that was in the majrurun state, right? The majrurun state, how would we make Muslimu al-Madinati? How would we make Muslimu majrurun?
If it was in the majrurun state before.
No, now, how do we make it in the jarrun state? The easy way to do it. Yanamul haq.
You add alif?
Add alif to make it jarrun. What kind of response is that? Add alif. When has alif ever made an ismun majrurun? It can only become jarrun in one of three ways. Yeah. The easiest way is, what do you put before it? Harfu jar. Be. Be, with. Now, you can't say be muslimu. No. What do we say? Be muslimi. Be muslimi. Be muslimi. Be muslimi al-Madinati. It's important to remember this point. Why? Because this is one of the few instances where the noon is dropped in jam'u al-Mudhakkar as-Salim. When it's the mudafun in and idafah.
But you dropped the waw as well.
Sorry?
You dropped the noon and the waw.
No, but the ya.
Because it was
No, I didn't drop the waw. I wrote muslimu with a waw. I dropped the noon in the raf'un state, and here I've just dropped the noon because ordinarily it would be muslimina.
Oh yes. Okay, now.
There is no waw, ya Muhammad, on muslimina.
Yeah, I got a bit confused.
Clear? Alhamdulillah, that's good. I wanted to complete that so we can move on to the next section. Yes?
I've got a question.
Yes, Muhammad.
For the verbs, the 5 verbs, when you erase the noon, the dual and the plural, they look the same, don't they?
No. When you raise the noon, they don't look the same.
Because in my head, I'm thinking they look the same.
Oh, right. So the dual, for example, is yaktubani. Okay. Yaktubani. Them two are writing. The plural is yaktubuna.
Okay, no. I thought you had the alif, it looks the same, but I forgot there's a waw there as well.
Hasanan? Right, we shall conclude. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.